Hello and welcome to another edition of Video Games to the Max. It's episode 472, and I'm your host, Sean Gomer, and here with me is always Mr. Mark Morrison.
Howdy.
And, well, we got some things to talk about here. I've been playing Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Mark's been playing more Red Dead 1. There's also a few things to talk about in the news, like should AI tags be in digital stores or not. And Nintendo actually acquires a studio from Bandai Namco, so that's kind of interesting. And we are also going to do our best PS2 games of all time here, as it's the 25th anniversary of the PlayStation 2. If you're looking for the why we're not doing the 360, that's because 360 already we already did that like many episodes ago. You can actually just go search it by best 360 games, it should pop up. So
right.
But all right, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna talk about all those things right after this.
You are listening to Video Games to the Max.
All right. Well, we were gonna start at the normal 6:30 time Eastern, but I fell asleep because it's like the one time we don't have overtime right after I get done with my Monday shift. So I was like, let me take a nap, and then I was like, oh crap, it's 6:15.
Yeah, keep taking a nap.
Yeah, it's like I put an alarm, and then the alarm did not wake me up at 5:30. I just randomly woke up at like 6:15. I was like, oh crap.
Right.
So thankfully I'd already had the news part done, so it was just like doing all the description and the banner and all that. But how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I saw that new Knives Out movie with my mom.
Okay, cool.
And then we got like ram's horn for dinner, so that was all right.
How's what? I'm guessing that's a thing up there. I've never heard of ram's horn.
Yeah, I guess it's like it's not national, but I guess like semi-national. I mean, they're not like just like some like local diner. I've seen them around or other states and stuff. So, but it's like family dining basically.
Okay, is it like American food or?
Yeah, think of like think of like a Big Boy or like a Denny's or something.
Oh, okay. No, that I can picture them.
Yeah. And you had to work, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had my birthday, which was funny because my girlfriend thought that it was on the 27th. So I had to when people started calling me, she was like, "Why are you getting all these calls?" I was like, "Because it's my birthday today." She's like, "No, it's not your birthday." I was like, "Yes, it is." She's like, "Oh my god!"
I would know, yeah.
Freaking out, And so she's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna go buy a cake right now, and we're gonna," and so we ended up having Chinese food, and I told her I wanted Chinese food because we had pizza like over the weekend or whatever, and so yeah. And our friend that he watches the football with me just happened to come over, so they all did happy birthday for me and everything, and it wasn't anything big deal.
Right.
How you doing there? But like I said, I don't really care when you get to that age. It did kind of make me sad. I was like, I feel like I got to tell her because I think she literally doesn't know, and I think I'm gonna go the whole day with the one person I'm hanging out with has no idea it's her birthday.
Should have went to cheese instead.
Yeah. So yeah, and then Thanksgiving I had to work, like you said. So I was watched the game, worked, and Cowboys won that crazy game with the Chiefs. And yeah, my daughter went with my mom to my sister's house. They had the traditional Thanksgiving kind of stuff. And my mom's birthday was on Sunday. So we went to go see Wicked for Good.
Okay.
I hadn't actually seen that. I had to it would have been nice for somebody to tell me we were going to go see Wicked. I would have like made an effort to see it before
The first one, you mean?
First one.
Yeah.
Before we actually went to go see that one, so I went to a bunch of those recaps or whatever,
Right.
and I kind of knew the story of the first one, the first part before I went to go see that one. Even though that story's out there, it's not like it's original. You can just find it anywhere. But thought it was pretty good. I kind of have a soft spot for musicals, and this one's actually it's nice because it's not one of those like they sing constantly. It's like sing when they have actual songs to sing, more like kind of like a Disney movie. So yeah, I enjoyed it for what it is. I wonder if they're gonna do a third one.
No, it just these two because
I heard that they're thinking about either doing like a sequel with one of the other books, or they're like thinking on maybe doing like a prequel. I don't know how that would work, but
I mean, they've literally done both those ideas in movie form already with Return to Oz and then that James Franco.
Great and Powerful Oz, which is kind of okay. The one with James Franco.
Right. And Return to Oz came out like the mid '80s, and that was like a direct sequel to like Wizard of Oz with Dorothy and everything. So
yeah, So that was that's been my weekend of a lot of stuff going on. So plus a lot of work, but all right. Anything for Black Friday or?
Yeah, I bought some stuff at. That was one of the reasons I went home. Is there's a local store I like to hit up. And they had like a buy two get two free sale for like Blu-rays and stuff. So I bought some stuff. The two game things I bought, one was with my mom. We were at a store on Wednesday of last week, and they had a copy. Ever heard of Second and Charles?
I feel like I've heard that, but I don't know what it is.
There are locations in Florida. I mean, I don't know if they're close by you, but it's like a big used store where they have like games and movies and books and crap.
Kind of like a Hastings.
Yeah, I never been to Hastings. I always wanted to, and then they went out of business.
Yeah, I had one here close to me, and it went. I think we talked about when it went out of business for me over here.
Right. Yeah. It's basically that, but they do occasionally get new stuff in, but like most of their stuff is used. And they had a used copy of Tales of Destiny 2.
Oh, nice.
For the PS1. I never played that game. I know it's a Tales game.
Right.
And that's like way before I got into the Tales series, and I'm still not 100% into it. Like I like one of them, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But this one was $135. And I was like, that seems low. I wasn't being sarcastic when I said that. Like, and I looked at the discs, and they were legit. Manual is good condition, and even has like the registration card. So she grabbed it for me, or she like basically bought it for me as like an early Christmas gift because I'm not going to go see her for Christmas. And yeah, that game. I mean, I haven't started it or played it or anything, but it's like at least $190 online.
Wow.
Yeah. So I consider that a good deal. And then on the way home, I hit that store and I bought a few Blu-rays and crap, and they had a copy of Strider 2 for the PS1 also.
Nice.
Which I already have a copy of. Like I got a very nice copy of that game already that I paid like $130 for or whatever. Yeah. I paid a copy for $55. That was also complete. Like the case, the front disc cover, not the book itself, but like this the plastic cover is busted. Who cares? It's $55, so I bought it.
Right. Don't blame me.
So that's kind of my two game things I bought this for Black Friday. How about you?
I did not. I bought my girlfriend an electric dryer because she's been wanting a dryer forever. Basically, since I bought the washer, which I finished paying off a couple months ago. She's like, "So am I getting the dryer this year?" I'm like, "Okay."
My dryer broke a few months ago. My landlord eventually bought another one, but hemmed and hawed a little about it, but it wasn't so bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
gas.
was kind of like, I'd rather not.
Well, he bought the original one. And he's just kind of waiting for like a good deal, or just to try to find a good one like Facebook Marketplace or something.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing now with these. Like, you never know which one's going to be better. Is it going to be Black Friday? Is it going to be Cyber Monday? Like, almost all the Black Friday happens online now, so it's like,
yeah,
is there really even a big deal to go to the store?
Right.
I saw a lot of pictures and videos of stores kind of empty.
Yeah, I saw some. I don't know if it was like clickbait or not, but like a video about like Walmart kind of being empty for Black Friday.
I mean, yeah, I could kind of see people were like buying, groceries or whatever instead of buying, TVs or I think also it's like the deals aren't as great as they used to be. So
yeah, Amazon has not been great. Or I bought
yeah.
I did buy one thing from Amazon. It was like a buy two get one free sale. But it's not like everything was like marked off or anything or that great.
Yeah, it just feels like, the deals you used to get back in the day were a lot more like, oh my God, let's do the sticker shock thing.
Yeah.
Let's slash like $800 on this TV one time. And so now it's like, oh, we're just going to do the same sale we've done like 4 times already this year and hope you didn't see it.
Right.
Or hope you actually need the whatever it is now.
Right.
And I think for a lot of people, they don't really have that much discretionary spending right now. It's unfortunate the way things are, but yeah. I that was kind of, and then I also finally bought myself because the end of the year insurance thing, finally got new glasses that I get tomorrow for the first time in like 6 years. So
that's good. Yeah,
I guess that's my gift to myself, having better vision.
Right.
I will probably I went through the sales and stuff, and like the only things I saw were like Silent Hill F $20. I know there was stuff like physically if you go to the store, or I don't buy physical, so I didn't want to just have one disc of one thing just to have like $10 more off or whatnot. Or I already had the game that they were doing the sale on, like Expedition 33 or something like that. So like like the only things I thought about were like, okay, Silent Hill F for like $48 is not too bad, it's kind of decent. Death Stranding 2 I think was on sale too.
Right. I don't know if it's still on sale, but like Metal Gear Solid 3 was like $30.
Yeah, that too. And kind of everything else, like it wasn't like that big of a deal. So
yeah,
I'm hoping that with the Game Awards, with some of the ones that I actually want to, though, some of the ones that I actually want to get, like the indie games or something, might actually be on sale, like Absalom or something of that effect would be good. So, but yeah, let's go ahead, and unless you got anything else, let's go ahead and get into the actual games we're playing.
Right.
I
mean, for me, it's just more Red.
Yeah,
a little more Red Dead. I haven't done a ton of gaming this week because I haven't been home for like 4 days. And,
right. Don't blame you there.
Yeah, just a little of that. Oh well, sometime this week there's a local arcade. It's not local, but semi-local that's closing down and moving. So I'll probably hit up them before it closes, because it's kind of like a little landmark for the town.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
But that's about it for me. I know you're playing more Tactics, probably.
Yeah, I've been playing Tactics, and I also got to play some Marvel Cosmic Invasion that came out today.
Right.
It's made by the same team that made the Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge. So that was it's a more modern version of that. They obviously have the Marvel characters, a lot more characters than Ninja Turtles games ever got to. Like this has 15.
Well, that's a
yeah.
consequence of like there's 4 main turtles in Casey Jones, and they try to bolt in more characters like Splinter, April, but it's like no one cares about like Mondo Gecko,
Yeah. They kind of run the gambit, you have like the kind of all the ones that you kind of expect, the Captain America, Iron Man,
right?
Spider-Man, all that. Then you get like She-Hulk and Rocket Raccoon. And Rocket Raccoon's really fun because they all have like their own special attacks, right? And Rocket Raccoon like throws bombs everywhere, and Cap can throw his shield around and stuff like that. And
right.
They all have like voices, which are really well done too. The music's awesome, as you'd expect. The characters, you could say that some of them do feel like, okay, they have, similar moves as you get with a lot of beat 'em ups.
Yeah, but that, what do you expect from the genre? Or, it's like, yeah.
Right. And then this one obviously has like a lot of, because of Marvel having all the lore.
Right.
You have like a vault section where you get these little orbs that you get from completing the levels, and you can put them into this big thing, and it unlocks different things for that. And then they have like a bio section for all the characters, which is kind of cool.
Right.
And there's only like really 2 modes. There's the campaign mode, that's the story mode, and then there's the arcade mode, so you can play it kind of like a traditional beat 'em up game. And you can't play with 4 other people, so you don't have to play by yourself. And that's fun. And then also like, yeah, the cool thing is that they did it more like Marvel vs. Capcom. So like you could tag in somebody whenever you want. Or you can just decide that you want to swap them out with the other character too. So that's awesome. Like just being able to pull that off whenever you want. Like that's fun. Yeah, so like I don't think this is going to do anything out of this world. If you don't really like beat 'em ups, this is not going to change your idea of that. If you love beat 'em ups, then I think this is right there at home with the other ones that Tribute and .mu have done. Maybe I still think Streets of Rage 4 is probably a little better. I haven't beaten the whole game. It's only like 5 or 6 hours. So it's not something that you're going to spend a lot of time with, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not the type of game you want to like marathon through either. Like you may play like a level or 2 and then like, all right, come back later.
The only thing that makes this one a little bit different is that this one does have like an RPG mechanic to it, where you can get new like you have different level ups, and so you'll get different stat boosts and stuff like that. Or
right.
But it's not overly hard either. So there's that. That's typical beat 'em up stuff.
Right.
For to be honest, Shredder's Revenge was actually pretty much more challenging, I think, than some of the other ones have been. But this one, I think they probably kind of dumbed it down because they expect a lot of kids to play with their parents and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's on Game Pass as well if you still have that. But you can definitely also go check it out on whatever system you want to buy it on as well. So, but yeah, that's kind of the only thing I've been playing. So let's go ahead and get into a little bit of news that there is. Hopefully you don't hear my dog chomping on her bone behind me here. We have Tim Sweeney was on social media, mainly on X, complaining that because Steam has that label of AI, right, on when you use AI in a game. And he is kind of actually responding to a dev that said that you shouldn't have AI labels on games because at this point, almost every game uses AI for something. And then that's just going to keep becoming a thing as we go on in this, going into the next generation of consoles. As AI continues to, build and build. We talked last week about how much, RAM is getting preposterous at this point with the pricing and how that might affect Xbox and Steam Machine and everything else. I kind of feel like it's good for consumers because we're still kind of adjusting to this, and I think it's like the one way that you have to fight against, getting people to, like, if you don't want AI to be infiltrating games everywhere, it's like your one way to be able to say, no, I don't want that.
That's the thing. There's two things. First of all, like game makers or developers and stuff like that, they use tools to speed up game making, but it's not AI. Like, believe me, Skyrim, when they made Skyrim, they didn't make every tree. They just, hired or bought Speed Tree and then plopped down whatever trees they want to do. That's fine.
Right.
But I think it's a very gross and stupid thing for him to say because people don't like AI except for like businessmen. Like if you ask the majority of gamers, like, hey, do you want AI? And it's like, no, like get the fuck away from, So, and also like they don't make games, like they make the one Fortnite, and that's about it. So
yeah, I mean, but they still have plenty of devs working on that game. It's
and also it's like, okay, if you just want AI to make everything, why do you guys make a game engine? Just have AI do it.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing too, is like, Tim Sweeney comes from that background of kind of creatives. I've seen it said, and it makes sense. Like a lot of people that want AI are the people that are not creative,
right?
So they don't have
like,
to. Yeah, go ahead.
His last game was like 1992 or something. So, like, could you imagine if Miyamoto got on stage and said, like, I want the new Mario game to be AI made? Like, no.
Right?
They think he had an aneurysm and was going crazy or something.
No, I think it's good that they have these AI. Look, maybe in the future, once we really get to the point where everything is using AI, okay, I think maybe you have a point for a dev because it also can be kind of shitty, right? Where like go ahead, sorry.
I was just say, look what just happened with is it the First Descendant? I think that's what it's called. That's that like new I mean it's not that new, I guess, but that extraction shooter that has like AI voices.
Yeah,
and, like,
or Arc Raiders has it too.
Yeah, Eurogamer gave it like a 4 out of 10 because of that. Like,
yeah, and I mean that was a bit too much. Like they went on like a tirade during the review, and it's like I'm all for everybody doing their own review the way they want, but you're also kind of like taking away from the actual game at that point too. So,
or even like the new I don't know the name of it, but there's some anime series that I think Amazon is putting out or doing a dub of that's all like AI voices. And it's like that sounds terrible. Like even aside from the fact that like it's taking work away from like legitimate voice actors, like
right.
AI can't do like emotion or nuance that well. Like it's just gonna sound like Watch Dogs Legion. And it's like, no, thank you.
Yeah, like we already have this problem, like with Amazon and Crunchyroll. Of Crunchyroll got caught really bad doing it for anime for like the subtitles.
Right.
So I can't imagine what that would sound like for actual like voices when you get into that kind of work. And then like for the stuff that they used it for Arc Raiders is not too bad, but it's kind of like the whole like, okay, we're starting here because they did it with the finals too. So it's not like it's something new.
Right.
But it's like we're starting here, and then how bad is that going to get eventually? And I think that's sort of my issue with all of it is if we don't do this now, then you're kind of saying we don't care I get it. Everybody wants to make this normal. And eventually when we get to that point, okay, cool. Because I don't want people like not getting their game bought because somebody used AI in the smallest thing possible, but you're, preventing yourself from playing an awesome game because of that. Whereas then you got somebody just infiltrating their entire game with it.
Right.
And then like I think there should be levels to it, right? Like I don't know how they would, that might be have to eventually be something for like the ESRB to do. Like when you do ratings for games, you now have to report how much AI you use. Eventually, I don't know if we'll ever get to that point. But yeah, it's unfortunate. Like even with the bubble bursting, I think if the bubble happens to burst, I don't think that that's going to mean people are not going to use AI. It just means it's just not going to be as overt like it is right now, where it feels like everything is AI,
Right.
But I do think that Steam's doing the right thing right now as far as like putting these labels in,
Yeah, and people, like I think people should have a right to know if the game they want to buy has it or not, and if they support it or not. Like,
right, yeah,
so I mean, to me, it doesn't really. To me, it kind of doesn't matter. Like personally, I guess it depends on like the level, but like Watch Dogs Legion, for example, is impacted kind of a lot by its use of AI. And bear in mind, that was like 3 or 4 years ago. Like that was before a lot of the stuff, more stuff even came to fruition. So I can only imagine what that type of game that would have been like now.
right, yeah. It's if people thought that was bad, you just wait. It's
Right.
going to be worse.
Yep.
So get ready for that. Unfortunately, even if we don't like it, it's just kind of be the way it is.
Yeah.
I forgot. I also watched. I don't know if you were into Stranger Things at all, but I watched all 4 of the episodes.
Yeah.
So pretty awesome to start. Now I gotta wait till Christmas. So it is what it is.
Right.
It's gonna be sad when the show's finally done.
Oh, they got the
But
anime. Isn't there some animated show that they're gonna make or something? Or
yeah, it's like the Tales from '85 or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like they are, but it's good that they're doing it that way. That way that you can still have the actors, but they don't have to like physically be
Right.
on
So
camera.
Finn Wolfhard can still be voicing his character when he's 40.
Yeah, they could just pull them from wherever they are to the voiceover, and they can just go on about their business and not have to
Right.
like, oh my god, we got to figure out how to. That's part of the reason why it takes so long to make this show is they got to like figure out how to get all these people that are not doing something else at this point because they've all become such big stars
Right.
to be all available at that time to do the taping of the season. So but yeah, I guess also Nintendo just randomly, well, not random, I'm sure they've been talking about this for a while, but Nintendo announced that they are subject to approval. They're acquiring 80% of Bandai's Singapore studio, which has been helping with Splatoon for a long while.
Yeah.
And they were involved heavily in the development of Splatoon 3, for example. And then eventually they will acquire the rest of it after a certain period. Japan has different rules
Right.
than here in the United States, but these things don't happen that often, as we see a lot more here. But they are something when they do happen, especially Nintendo, who doesn't really acquire a lot of companies, but they're kind of similar to Sony, where they've only really acquired companies that they've worked with previously.
Yeah. Like
So
have
yeah,
shown a pattern of like being good for Nintendo or helping them out or having good I like following the company spirit or something like that.
right, and like Nintendo's done so much work with Bandai Namco over the years,
Right.
namely for Smash Brothers, and all that. So this is kind of not anything unsurprising that if there's going to be one company that buys something from Bandai Namco, it would be them.
Right.
But yeah, like that's I do wonder sometimes, like, thankfully for Bandai Namco, that Elden Ring and Dark Souls have been such big boons for them, because I wonder where they would be at sometimes with if maybe Sony would try to step in and have bought them or something like that to try to get the anime game rights, like they have the anime show rights.
To me, it's kind of a double-edged sword. Like, it's good that they're successful, like what you said with Elden Ring and stuff. But like, I miss Ridge Racer, and they haven't made one of those in 15 years. And there are plenty of other franchises and stuff they used to make that they don't.
Man, Ridge Racer is so awesome.
I was really shocked they made that Ace Combat game, Ace Combat 7, I think, like for like PS4, because it's like, wow, you guys haven't made one of these in a while. And
yeah, and they're supposedly making the next one too.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's going to get announced at the Game Awards.
But yeah, bring back Ridge Racer.
Be awesome. Please bring it back. Please do.
And not Unbound. Like, bring back the actual good Ridge Racer.
Yes, we need the great Ridge Racer. Don't give us the bad one. Let's see. There was, like, to be honest, this wasn't the biggest weekend news, and then a lot of the stuff that everybody was talking about, we already talked about on Monday, like the RAM thing and all that stuff. Metal Gear Solid 4 has been in the news lately because more's been talked about for the possible, like, collection number 2. That it feels like Metal Gear Solid 4 has to be in that, right? That's the one game that everybody has wanted to be on modern consoles. And with a Japanese publication called Real Sound, thanks to Genki on X doing the translation, they talked to Noriaki Okamura, who worked as a producer on MGS4 and on the series in general. Said that the hardware at the time required a very particular design to produce 3D performance with the technology available at the time. It was a PS3 exclusive, and it also has some unique code that would make it difficult for them to port that over. Not just like people have been talking about remake for it for a while, but to even port it over, which is what people want in that collection, it's going to be difficult.
Here's the thing. There are plenty of PS3 emulators out there, like our PS3X, whatever the hell it's called.
RSCPS3 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it runs that game pretty well. Like, I'm sure it's not 100%, but Konami could message the team or work with them to try to get that game to 100% of what it should be, and then, license the emulator and put it on the disc.
Yeah, we'll see if that. I don't think they're going to go that route, but yeah.
It wouldn't be like with the 4K project that everyone wants, or idiots. But if people just want to play it again, and it's stuck on this one console that they're not obviously not making, and the PS3 was never like the most like solid console in the first place. Like, those things have slowly been dying and crap like that. Like, that game will, if it can't be ported, or it will eventually become like lost media. Not tomorrow, but 20 years time, maybe.
Right. No, I do think that, I feel like it's just so weird. Like, that would be the major pull for the part 2, is having that game. So it's like,
I could see like part 2 being like, Metal Gear Solid 4, the PSP games, Portable Ops and Acid 1 and 2, and that's about it. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Maybe the VR missions from Metal Gear Solid 1.
Right. Could see that too.
But
and they definitely need to have the PSP. Like, essentially everything that hasn't been released on like modern consoles yet, like, that needs to get into that collection for sure.
Right.
And I mean, but hopefully they can get that number 3 working. Yo,
4.
what's going on? So
number 4 working.
Number 4. I'm sorry. They already had 3.
Yeah.
But
a few
hey,
times.
at least we know one thing that's coming for sure. World of Warcraft's newest expansion, Midnight, is coming next year, March 2nd, at 3 p.m. Pacific, which means it'll probably be available like out there March 3rd. There is going to be a secure housing early access next on tomorrow.
Right.
So there's that. Are you excited about the next expansion for WoW? Or
I mean, I didn't get the last one, so no.
I know.
But I think it's really funny that they're like, "Oh, we finally got player housing." It's like, yeah, the feature that was in the game 20 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
what happened?
How so like those expansions never go on sale or anything? Like you weren't, or you just, there wasn't just anything that you weren't very excited about? Or
I mean, it's probably on sale like Black Friday, but I mean, I don't play the game with anyone either. Like that's the kind of the main problem. Like if I had someone that's like, "Oh, play WoW," I'd probably do it, or that'd be like way more of an incentive than me just going through the content and then going like, "All right, well, I don't want to raid,
right.
and I don't want to get, and the stuff I want to do, or the stuff I want to get, I can never get." So it just becomes like annoying to me because it's like, all right, I want this one stupid horse, and I don't want to kill this guy 10,000 times to get it.
Yeah, don't blame me on that.
Right.
One thing we do know is not coming next year is Witcher 4.
Yeah.
Thanks to a earnings call, the Q3 earnings call, that they were asked about where they were in development for Witcher 4, and he says, "We're not disclosing any details regarding the target release." This is the company's spokesperson, Michael Nowakowski. She's the joint CEO of CDPR, by the way. And he says that there's no timetable for when they're going to release this. They have a 6-year window to try to release all of the games, like 4, 5, and 6, within 2 years of each other. So, like, they're trying to at least by, what would this be? When they know that they're going to have them all ready, like once Witcher 4 releases, that
Right.
Witcher 5 will come out 2 years after, and then Witcher 6 will be 2 years after that. I think that's great if they can actually do that.
I think that's incredibly ambitious. Let's say that, because like that was like the old StarCraft 2 release plan, kind of, and that didn't turn out well. And these are big ass games.
Yeah, I mean, let's be fair. The reason why they're doing it is because they don't want a repeat of Cyberpunk 2077. They want to have everything,
Right.
like kind of all their ducks in a row, kind of thing, which I'm for. Like, yeah, release it when it's ready. Like, people are going to be hyped for that game regardless. I'm sure that it will have another big reveal at the Game Awards. That was it last year or the year before that they had Witcher 4?
I think it was last year because they had
Yeah.
that Siri trailer and people were pissed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, people were, well, whatever, man.
Right.
People were pissed about the dumbest stuff. So it's like, they get mad about things that aren't needed to be mad about.
Right.
But yeah, especially when it was like, this is already kind of in the works. Like, you're getting mad about things that you already knew were coming. You just don't want to be honest with yourself. So yeah, I do think this is great. Hopefully we do get more just to kind of know where the game's at, as far as, well, we're not gonna really know where the game's at, but just kind of like get more about it, see if you get more kind of gameplay elements for it and stuff like that, even though it is continuing that series, but kind of like what makes Siri different and
again,
all that.
like, I'd be happy if they just showed like a mission, or like, here's 2 minutes of gameplay or something like that. Like, it doesn't need to be it doesn't have to be like a full mission, but like at least like an element or something.
Yeah, yeah, they could spend like 5 minutes doing that. Like I
bear
do
in
think
mind.
that. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, bear in mind, like Fable is supposed to come out next year, and
Yeah.
they still haven't shown it.
Fair
Like
enough.
gameplay,
Well, but
like
to be fair, Microsoft does have like their own little show that they do in January, where
right.
they could show that off. So,
Yeah, but I'm still saying, like, that game has been in development for years.
right.
It's had its rust patches. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but even compared to like Perfect Dark, which they showed and people were excited about, that got
Right.
canned, and Fable hasn't, and it's like you haven't shown this game at all. Like, so it'd be nice if they showed The Witcher 4. I don't think they will, but they've at least shown more than like Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean that's positive. Well, but Elder Scrolls 6 is like, who knows how anywhere down the line that game is. I mean,
Right.
so they probably have a sizable team working on that, because I'm sure that they've made the scene that's doing anything with Starfield much smaller at this point.
Yeah.
If they're even doing. Then they announced like essentially this last like big update that they're doing. That's pretty much it, and then it's kind of
Yeah.
ready to release on PS5 whenever they want.
Right.
So I guess get ready for that when that happens.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know how much this excited you or not. The setting of the Assassin's Creed show got leaked.
Yeah.
And
What was the
it looks
setting?
like it's
Right.
going to be Rome, 54 to 68 AD during Emperor Nero's reign.
So they're just gonna reuse the Rome sets from that Rome show they just brought back from HBO.
It's, you think so?
I know they
Yeah.
announced. I
Yeah.
know they announced like the main actor. I don't know his name, but it's just like some dude. Like no one
Yeah, he's in
wearing it.
Euphoria. He was in
Yeah,
Euphoria.
I did. Speaking of that, I don't know if it's in your news or not, but I did play that Assassin's Creed Shadows, like Attack on Titan DLC.
Oh, okay, yeah. We talked about it last week, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, it's interesting. The main mission is actually kind of cool because you're in this like big crystal cave with Naue, like jumping between pillars. Like it felt like an actual Assassin's Creed game or like a level or something like that. Like you're jumping between like these crystals and ladders and crap and killing people. And then it just kind of ends with you as Yasuke like running away from the Titan, and like the crossover is
Nice.
like barely there because like I don't know much about Attack on Titan personally. I don't. Have you watched it much?
Oh yeah, I watched all of
Oh,
Attack on Titan. That was a
okay,
great
so
show.
I was like, are these like characters from this world, or am I supposed to like
Yeah,
know these
they are.
people? No, they're not. So I was
Well,
like, who the fuck is this guy? Like the Titan, it was like some evil captain guy, and then the main girl is like, I think her name is like AD or AC or something like that.
Mikasa.
No, it ain't her. And the
Well,
main,
yeah, like a lot of the known stuff apparently is like the clothing that they
yeah,
get to wear.
but yeah, it's not like, oh, this is. I think it's the guy from the show is like Aaron or
Yeah, Aaron is the
something like
main.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't him. So there's like made up characters for this crossover, and it's like, what? Why didn't you just you're in a fantasy world anyway? Why didn't you just call them by like the characters from the show or the manga or whatever?
Maybe they just didn't want to. That costs more, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's a crossover, so it shouldn't cost anything. It's the two companies working together. But
I don't know,
and
but
they
I
also
agree with you. It does seem kind of weird that you're not using, but I guess then they have to tie that if they do too much with it, then they have to like tie it into the stuff.
the main girl's name is Ada. That's it.
Okay,
And
Ada, right?
the guy she's trying to rescue starts with like a G, like Gustav or something like weird like that. Uh,
Okay,
but the other funny thing is, I guess They kind of just said like, "Hey, we're done with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like, we're not making any more DLC."
But that's good that they're not just overdoing that constantly.
Well, it ain't like we're gonna get the next one soon, and Shadows ended very badly. Like, they should make more DLC to like tie it more into the franchise, or for tied into the actual lore of this the greater as a whole. Like, not just go like, this. Even though we claim this sold well, apparently didn't, or not enough for us to keep making, content for it. Said here's more content for the Crew Motorfest. It's like, great, thanks.
To be fair, it's not a live service game.
Right.
They aren't trying to they do kind of need to move on to the rest of the Assassin's Creed stuff.
Right.
So
they made Mirage DLC. The one that came out.
You need to have the Saudis decide that they want to invest in Shadows or whatever,
right. Replace Yasuke with Mohammed.
Or like what they'll do. You get the Japanese government to want to.
Or just suddenly cut out the entire female character. Be like, it's a glitch in the animus and she's gone.
No. Let's not do that. But yeah, I guess the next one is that Hexy game.
Yeah. Well, the next one's Assassin's Creed 4. I mean.
Oh, well, yeah, that one. But like that one's already kind of like, if the rumors are to be believed, that's kind of already got a release date. So it's like, that's. I'm talking about, I guess, the one we don't know about.
Yeah, like the actual new one. Yeah.
Right. As somebody that's been to Rome and Italian and all that, that is kind of they did have Ezio from Italy, so I guess it's cool that they're gonna reuse that, but it is gonna be it seems like it's gonna be its own original story. So yeah. That's good. Well, at least they don't have to like worry about getting stuff from the game, right? So,
right. I mean, Ezio's not like the focal point of the franchise. Or not Ezio. Sorry, I forget the guy's name. Desmond Miles.
Right.
Like they have other teams and shit in that world. Like it'll just be about them. But that movie just did it so badly, a decade ago that it. They showed you how not to do it, so hopefully this TV show does it correctly.
Yeah, that too. Please, do it correctly.
Have the guy they announced be the like hero for the first series or first season, and then next season new hero and new setting, and go from there, and have like an actual overarching present day storyline, because the games abandoned that.
Yeah, I hope so. Like, I do hope that they go that route of not just try to make this one person the same the whole time. Like, if you're really gonna go this route, like give it every season is somebody different and in a different setting also. And
yeah,
unless they're gonna do like their own like Indiana Jones, I guess, and he just goes to different places each season.
Yeah, another glitch in the animus. It's the same character model in Japan, and then New Orleans and stuff like that.
Right. I guess they could do that. But yeah, I think the only other thing I saw that was Splash Damage is suffering layoffs after they had their Transformers game canceled.
Yeah,
it's basically a studio-wide thing, so we don't know the amount of numbers yet, but they also had the problem with Star Wars Hunters getting canceled on them too, so
that other Transformers game, the XCOM game, is getting delisted from like Steam at the end of the month, I think. Which I'll probably
supposed to be like bringing back Transformers games. We keep canceling them. So,
Speaking of, some news today, they're making, They announced a release date for Sonic 4, the movie.
Wow, really? Okay.
And then they also announced, so they're like, okay, Sonic, I think it was like sometime like September like 2027 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, oh, we also have another Sonic movie the next year after that. That's not Sonic 5. They just said like it's a Sonic movie. They said like Sonic Universe movie. It's like,
Okay.
all right, I guess. Like,
yeah, like whatever, that kind of that. I guess it is what it is.
I mean, I assume that'll just be like a Shadow movie, you know?
Yeah, you probably will. Did you see also that they canceled the Ninja Turtles Dark Ronin?
Yeah, because they want to make a
movie?
Sonic. They want to like Sonicify the Turtles, and it's like that's the most.
God, why?
That's a horrible idea. Like, I don't know if that last Ronin movie would have been good or not, but it would have been interesting at least. And that making just another dumb kids Turtles movie sounds like boring as hell. And you already have it. That last Turtles movie, Mutants in Mayhem or whatever it's called.
It was actually really good.
Yeah.
People liked it. That's what's so weird about it. Is like it's not like people hated that movie and you got to go backwards and like try to revive the whole thing or it just yeah.
They just canceled the TV show, like the cartoon based on it, but they're still making another movie based on that, I think.
What's up, Q?
But
yeah, no, it's
that. And the rumors are making another Dead Rising game.
Yeah. Hey, that's good. Hopefully that means that with that remaster remake that they did so well enough that they decided they wanted to do that. Good for Capcom loves bringing back their old franchises, so.
Right, and that game doesn't need to be some like huge graphics like showpiece either. Like it's more about how many zombies can you cram on screen, not if they're all 4K or not.
Focus on fun. Don't try to.
Well, apparently this is going to be like more of a throwback to the first one with like all the timers and shit. So I don't like that.
I was going to say, is that good or bad?
I mean, to fans of the franchise, it's good, but like to common folk or to the people who like fun games, it's not.
Yeah,
because it's the same argument as like, oh, people, Demon Souls has like a lot of fans because it's like brutally hard, but like Elden Ring, it's a lot more approachable and it's a lot more popular as well.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll see.
All right. Anything else you want to bring up here?
One last funny thing before we get into our list. Did you see the thing that like Bloodlines 2 didn't do too well?
That's not surprising.
Yeah. It's like, what do you expect when the game's been in development for like 8 years and
it also came out, I think, like in the middle of like just felt like this got put out there to die.
Yeah, it didn't have a lot of buzz or and it didn't review that well either, and people weren't happy with it. So it's like, yep, I can see why this didn't do too well.
Yeah, no. I mean, it felt like that came out and, you don't have, like you said, no buzz. Nobody's talking about it. It was a super niche thing anyway.
I'm amazed it got made in the first place. It's like the same like rationale as like them making Tron 3. It's like, oh, people love Tron. And it's like, yeah, it took them 20 years for people to like Tron. Like, people like Vampire the first, like Bloodlines 1, but it's like that game wasn't a success when it came out. Like, it took them like 15 years for people to like it, and this is like radically different from that. So why would you expect people to like this one?
Well, because, it's you have to like it, right? It's
No,
um
name recognition doesn't do it alone these days.
I mean the what was it? The one before the most recent one was actually kind of like good in a cult way.
You mean like the
But
last actual game?
no,
Because
not
that
I was
was.
talking about the Tron movie. Sorry,
Oh, you mean Tron?
but
Tron Legacy?
yeah,
That's all right. Don't get me wrong, but like that wasn't a
yeah,
success when that came out either.
right. That wasn't something like, oh my god, that means we got to make a third one. It's like, I mean,
Right.
I guess it's cool that they let them like do it,
Yeah.
but I hope that like Disney wasn't sitting there going, oh yeah, this is gonna make like a gazillion dollars or what, like hopefully you
Right.
measured your success there with that.
Yeah.
Because yeah, man.
Don't worry. When Tron 3 eventually turns a profit in like 2043, they'll make they'll make a fourth one.
Right? That's the truth. But all right, anything else
Nope.
there for you? Okay. Well, like we said, our big thing this week, which I said I thought we were gonna do a couple weeks ago, but then like we had a bunch of news, so I kind of like pulled it. And
Right.
so I'm sure there's gonna be another week where there's like nothing. So we're gonna do our best PS2 games of all time here, since it's the 25th anniversary of the PS2. If actually, I don't think we haven't done did we do original Xbox at one point? I don't think
No.
so.
But
Yeah, so we got to do original Xbox at some point.
trying to find 10 games for that is a
I
challenge.
mean, technically, you could do 10 games. It might
Right.
be it's a very short list of 10 games.
Right.
For that, for sure. But all right, what are your so we're gonna do like a top 10, whatever criteria you want, but basically it's supposed to be whether it's your 10 favorites or you want to say the 10 greatest or whatever it is. But what's your like 7 through 10 or what?
My number 10 is Psychonauts. And I tried to pick games that were like, it's not exclusive, kind of at least led on the platform.
Right.
So number 10, Psychonauts. Number 9, Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Number 8, Tony Hawk Underground, the first one. And then number 7 was Kingdom Hearts 1.
Interesting. I love Kingdom Hearts 1. But
I recognize that, like, don't get me wrong, Kingdom Hearts 2 is a better game than Kingdom Hearts 1.
Right.
I think Kingdom Hearts 1 is a more ambitious game, though. And not everything they tried worked. Don't get me wrong. That Little Mermaid level sucks ass, and the gummy ship thing is nonsense and everything like that. But I like it more, even like rough edges and all, personally.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I loved 1 was like the game I played over and over and over.
Right.
Obviously, I was gonna say 2 is gonna be on my list for sure.
I expected that.
It's ostensibly the better game.
Oh yeah,
No doubt. It is them at their peak with everything when it comes to like the storytelling, the gameplay, all that stuff.
I think 1 is like a more charming game, though.
Yes, no 1 like especially because it's like it's so novel at that point. Like to go into the Disney worlds feels like kind of special because it's the first time. Mickey is so like mysterious and all that too, and
it also had like more like the Final Fantasy hook.
Yes, it did. Right.
Which has gotten way away from.
Which no more was explained why. So, which I hate that is a thing.
Right.
Right. Like I wish that it wasn't, because that is the foundation of that game. Without Final Fantasy, you don't have Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
I kind of get it though, as Disney has allowed them to use more Disney letting them use Mickey is such a huge deal.
Yeah, they have more Disney shit in Kingdom Hearts now than like Kingdom Hearts 3 versus 1, obviously. But I still like the Final Fantasy stuff in it more.
Oh, but 3, like, man, I hate the fact that they like went too far in 3. Like, you didn't need the whole Elsa
Right. Yeah.
thing in there, and so yeah, it almost felt like an afterthought. Like they could have really done the game almost with less of the Disney stuff because they have so
Right.
much of their own stuff to tell. So, but
What's your 10 through 7?
My hold on, where's my list at? What I do with this here? SSX Tricky is my number 10. There was like a lot of them. Like, I don't know if I wanted to put this on there, put a different one on there.
Right.
And I kind of had to like go through that process of like, all right, I don't know.
Yeah.
Prince of Persia: Sands of Time is number 9. Love that game. I feel like it's that true what they wanted Prince of Persia to be when they remade it, and then they kind of made it more into like an action game after that. Which
it used to be a platformer, and then God of War came out, and they're like, all right, let's make one of these, I guess.
NBA Street Volume 2 is my number 8, and God of War 2 is my number 7. Probably my favorite of the God of Wars, but God of War 1's also great too. So,
see, I don't like any of those old God of War games.
You don't? Okay, I mean, and Kratos is a terrible character at that point, but he's supposed to be.
I like the Norse ones, obviously, but yeah, like those old ones. I'm just like, all right, I guess.
Yeah. What's your, I guess, all the way to number 3 or number 2?
I'll just go to 3. My number 6 was Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Number 5 is Katamari Damacy. And number 4 is Metal Gear Solid 2. And number 3 is Persona 4.
All right. Any of those of like why or
for Vice City, like I think like GTA 3 and Vice City are basically the same game, more or less, but like Vice City adds a character and like a story and is like much more representative of like what GTA is now. Like with the satire and the specific music cues and stuff like that. Katamari Damacy is fun. Like it's still an inventive and interesting game. And then Persona 4 is kind of where the series blew up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, 5 blew it out of the, blew everything up, for sure.
And also, I think like, I honestly think that GTA games, or not GTA, but like Rockstar games are getting like worse. Like, I'm excited for GTA 6, but I'm dreading at how bloated it's going to be. And like, that's why I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 1, is because that game is like slightly bloated, but it's still pretty decent about like the length, or like you can ignore a lot of the side stuff. But that's why I never finished.
It's unfortunate that they had to like decide that Grand Theft Auto had to become their game, right? Their live service thing.
Yeah.
Instead of just, it's a game along with other games that we make.
Yeah. Like that's why I never finished Red Dead Redemption 2. Because I just got bored of the story. Like it's just so meandering. And it's like, come on. Like
I was similar. Like I didn't I didn't want to keep going. I didn't really like the thing as in general, just because it was so slow and it's just like, yep, I'm not getting the why this is great thing, but I can understand why people would think it is.
Like, yeah, so if you want to spend 90 hours playing this game, I'm sure it's
Yeah,
great, but I don't really want to do that. So I'd rather pick
right.
up a 20 or 30-hour game instead.
I agree.
So what
There.
about your 6 through 3?
Number 6 is Resident Evil 4.
I
Uh,
so okay, I was gonna have that on my list, but I consider it a GameCube game.
right. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Um,
Same with like Beautiful Joe. Like I'm like, oh yeah, this came out
yeah.
late,
See, like
so
Beautiful Joe, I didn't even think about for PS2 because that I really do consider a GameCube game. Right.
which is funny because
Um,
like the PS2 version is a much better version of that game than the GameCube one.
yeah. We'll have to do top GameCube games at one point. I feel like
I've,
okay, well they
that,
did do it with the putting it on Switch too, but like Nintendo's not really been doing oh, this is the anniversary of the GameCube
right. That's because
thing.
like there's like only like 3 GameCube games that people care about, and one of them
Yeah.
is Eternal Darkness.
Yeah, well, that game, who knows if they're ever gonna like that would
Nope.
be amazing if they could put that on Switch Online, but they won't.
Right.
Shadow of the Colossus, number 5.
Yep.
Amazing game. Obviously it's been, remastered now.
A few times.
Simpsons Hit and Run,
Okay.
still the best Simpsons game. I will never forget coming in there, my dad watching it and going, "What are you doing?" Like, because I didn't play Grand Theft Auto, but this was like,
Right.
Simpsons Grand Theft Auto. And he's like, "Why are you running over someone? What is this?" Like, I was like, "Are you playing that GTA?" And I was like, "No,
Right.
no, this is not it. You see the Simpsons there? This is the Simpsons." And
Yeah.
he left me alone, but it's like he didn't know that it's supposed to be a GTA clone on purpose.
Right.
3 is Okami. I think I've talked about how much I love that game in the past, but Capcom, it's awesome that they're making the sequel.
Right.
Never thought there would be a sequel to that game. So
Especially with
that's
Kamiya
great.
making it. So
Right, yeah, especially coming back for that. If you for some reason you haven't played that game by now, you owe it to yourself. It's an amazing Zelda like
right.
that everybody should play, to be fair. And then you can probably guess my number 2 and 1. Number 2 is a Kingdom Hearts 2. It's the best Kingdom Hearts has ever been.
What about Chain of Memories, man? Come on, the card game.
No, I can't. Card stuff. Don't even get me started with that. I think it's a great idea for like, okay, we have to have these on this system that obviously cannot do the graphics or whatever. But if you tell me I want to go back, I definitely don't want to go back and play those.
Right.
There's a reason why they made those into movies when they did the collections because people don't want to go back and play them either. And then number 1 is Final Fantasy X. I've talked about why Final Fantasy X is important to me. I wouldn't like JRPGs without Final Fantasy X. It's a great game in its own right. It's, in my top 5 still of Final Fantasies.
Right.
And I mean, hey, the battle system's awesome. The music is awesome. The story is, it is what it is. But it's got its emotional moments there. But yeah, what was your number 1 and
No,
2? Sorry.
my number 2 is Bully.
Bully, okay, yeah. You've always been a big champion of that game.
Yeah, I consider that like the picture perfect like Rockstar game. And I'm forever pissed that they're not gonna make a sequel.
Yeah, I know it sucks. And of course Dan Houser, like, just poo-pooed that idea. He's like, there was never a Bully 2. It's like
Right.
everybody's just wishing it into existence.
It's like, yeah, why bother giving people what they want,
Right.
And then my number 1 is actually Okami.
Okay. I could totally be down for that.
Yeah. I love that game.
Yeah. So
I
awesome. Like seriously, it is an awesome game. If you have not played that yet, definitely do it.
The only real problem with Okami is like the first area is a little slow. But like once you get outside the town, then it's
because
really
they're trying to do all that exposition story part.
Right.
Yeah. So it makes sense.
Just like it does like side quests right. And that's something that like Zelda has never really done correctly.
Oh, sacrilege! Talking about. Well, I mean, but Zelda isn't really. Is it really about side quests? It definitely feels more like you're just going on an adventure and there's stuff that happens. It's like, you know.
Well, the newer ones that definitely have them, but even
Oh
like
well, yeah. The newer
even like
ones,
the old ones kind of did, but it was just like it was like one or two, usually like trading quests, and that was about it. It's like, all right, I guess I'll trade this flower for a chomp chomp or whatever.
Yeah. All right, that's our top 10 PlayStation 2 games. I'm sure if we had somebody else in here, I forgot to ask Randy what his top 10 were. I'm sure his would be completely different. He'd probably have a Jack and Daxter in there somewhere, or Ratchet
I
and
thought about
Clank.
Ratchet and Clank, but
Yeah,
I didn't like those games at that era. So, or
Resident
like
Evil
Sly
4 might be his number one. So,
or like Sly Cooper or something.
yeah, Sly Cooper was great. That's the era when those three platformers were awesome. You know,
before everything fell apart.
Right. There's Dragon Quest 8 in there too. That's where Dragon Quest kind of like was the first time it kind of blew up here a little bit. Was 8 getting to be
Didn't it have
on
like a Final
PS2?
Fantasy demo?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
That
I
helped
so.
it also.
All right.
Final Fantasy 12 demo. So I did not. He might have Final Fantasy 12. I did not. I just like.
See,
I was surprised you didn't have it because you liked it a lot.
Yeah, but I like the fixed version. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, true. The one that they
Zodiac,
brought it over, the
yeah,
Zodiac
whatever.
Age.
Yeah.
So technically you can buy that on PS2, but you got to buy the Japanese
right
version.
Like I think Final Fantasy X is a flashier game. Or
yeah,
it's more about like it's more about like Final Fantasy VII, but like
12 is much more like, you know, it kind of definitely comes from that tactics background with the town because it makes you think with the gamut system,
right,
and all that. Which, yep. Then of course they had to go release all those spin-offs, which weren't
great
or anything, but it's what it is. But this week is like the last week of a lot of stuff releasing. This is like the last major. Okay, you probably got something you're excited about for this week, and then after that it kind of drops off. I mentioned Marvel Cosmic Invasion is out on everything today. If you're waiting for the Switch 2 to get Assassin's Creed Shadows, that's out tomorrow.
Right.
Destiny 2 Renegades, that's got the Star Wars stuff in it. That's coming to everything except Switch and Switch 2. You've got Red Dead Redemption coming to the modern consoles.
Right.
On December 2nd as well. You got the Simogo Legacy Collection, which is like all of like Simogo's old stuff before they released. Oh God, they had. I can't think of the name right now. Like a big release that people loved a lot, and then this kind of led them to releasing this. Like, it's escaping me at the moment.
Okay.
The Let It Die Inferno game is also coming on the 3rd. You have Cult of the Lamb hitting phones. The Elden Ring Night Rain Forsaken Hollows is also coming on the 4th. Metro Prime 4 Beyond on the 4th. Octopath Traveler 0 on the 4th. Routine is coming also. I think that's in Game Pass on PC. On Sonic Racing Crossworlds comes to Switch 2. And you got the Thief VR game, which that's one of the first times when I saw a VR game, I really kind of wanted to play it.
Right.
And then also you have there's something else that was coming this week also. But and the Toxic Crusaders is also coming. But yeah, man, there's a lot in this 1 week.
Right.
So yeah, I'm sure that there's something there. I don't know if I'm going to get a review code for the Octopath Traveler 0. I still need to play a little bit more, much more of the demo before we get to the 4th. You gonna get that Metroid Prime?
Probably eventually. I never played any of the Metroid Prime games though, so
You didn't? Okay.
I didn't have a GameCube for a while, and I'm not 100% sold on that, first person perspective. But
yeah, I really like the first one.
Yeah.
I didn't ever get to play the second and third one because once you got to the Wii, that was not for me. But and I wonder if the second and third one are ever going to come out. It's like it feels like Nintendo's just holding those.
Right.
But all right, that's about it for this week. Thank you everybody for watching. If you watch live or listen later, check us out later. You can on the W2 Network YouTube channel. If you subscribe, not only do you get what we do here, but you also get our other shows, the anime show, Taku Cafe, and you also get our entertainment folks, Rouch and Broadcasting. They're probably doing their movie review shortly here. I forgot which movie it is that came out this week that was big. I'm sure there is.
Probably Knives Out.
Probably Knives Out. And then we'll be back next week. Until then, see you later, everybody.
Later.